I welcome all the fourth semester students for the sixth session on arches and cables. So in the last session we have discussed about three-hinged parabolic arch which supports at same level, and in this session we are going to take up three-hinged parabolic arch which supports at different level. So as the name itself suggests, this is a three-hinged parabolic arch having its supports at different levels. So let us consider ABC as a three-hinged parabolic arch with C as its crown and A and B as the springing levels. So in this case A is higher than support B. It may be vice versa. A may be higher or it may be lower than the right support, that is B, support B. Okay. So let L be the span of the arch. Let L be the span of the arch, and let H1 and L1 be the rise and distance of the crown from the left hinge. Let H1 be the rise of the arch from the left hinge and L1 be the distance of the crown from the left hinge, that is hinge A. Okay. Similarly, let H2 and L2 be the rise of the arch measured from the right support, that is end B, and L2 is the distance of the crown measured from the right hinge, that is support B. Okay. And then let E be any point on the rib of the arch. Okay. So either it may be, so for this case let us consider it is in the AC segment. The point E is in AC part. So let x1 and y1 be the distance of this point E from the hinge A. So x1 is the horizontal distance of the point E from end A, and y1 is the ordinate of end point E from the end A. Similarly, let us assume one more point F on BC portion. Okay, so let x2 y2 be the distances of point F from end B. So x2 is the horizontal distance measured from the right support, that is B, and y2 is the ordinate of F measured from the springing level of support B. Okay. So the span of the arch, this is the total span L, that is the summation of L1 plus L2. So you can observe here L1 is the distance of AC portion and L2 is the distance of BC portion. Therefore the span of the arch AB span is equal to L1, summation of L1 and L2. So next, the lengths or the rise L1 and H1 or L2 and H2 can be computed by using the relation L1 by root H1 equals L2 by root H2, that is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by root of H1 plus root of H2. Either you can replace this with the small l, that is the span of the arch. Okay. So by knowing any of the two quantities, you can obtain the other two quantities. So next, ordinate at any point on the rib of the arch. We know that for the parabolic arch it is given by 4hx by L square into L minus x. When the supports are at the same level, the ordinate at any point is given by 4hx by L square into L minus x, where h is rise of the arch and L is span of the arch. So now to obtain the ordinate YE, that is ordinate at E, so let us complete this parabola for the AC portion. So let us complete this parabola so that we have the imaginary point, a right point in the same level. Okay. So if this is L1, then this distance is also equal to L1. Okay. So then the total distance will be 2L1. Okay. So and the rise for this AC portion is H1. So we have to substitute these corresponding values, where H is equal to H1 in this case and L is span. So for this AC member, the span is 2L1. The span is 2L1 because L1 plus L1. So that will be 2L1. So we have to substitute this. Therefore, for AC portion, L is equal to 2L1 and H is equal to H1. So let us substitute those values to obtain the ordinate at E. So YE, E is given by 4 into H is H1, X you can take it as X1 because we have mentioned it as X1, and L is 2L1 minus X1 divided by 2L1 whole square. 2L1 whole square. Okay, this is the thing you have to keep it in mind. Similarly, for BC portion, so let us complete this BC portion parabola so that the B and the other end are at the same level. So if this is L2, then the remaining distance is also equal to L2. Okay, so therefore the total distance will be 2L2. Total distance will be 2L2. So now what we have to substitute in this case, H will be equal to, for BC portion, H will be equal to H2. This is the rise for the BC portion, and L will be equal to this 2L2. L will be equal to 2L2. So that is what for BC portion, L is equal to 2L2 and H is equal to H2. Therefore Y of E is given by, ordinate at F is given by 4 into H is H2, X is X2 and L is 2L2 minus X2 divided by 2L2 whole square. Okay. So using this formula you have to find the ordinate at any point on the rib of the arch. Okay. So the things what you have to remember in case of parabolic arch which supports at different level are, so the span is equal to L1 plus L2 and the rise or length of each segment is given by L1 by root H1 is equal to L2 by root H2, that is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by root of H1 plus root of H2, and the ordinate at any point is given by the same equation 4hx by L square into L minus x. Only thing you have to input the values of H and L depending upon the corresponding position of the point. If it is in the left segment, then you have to substitute H as H1 and L as 2L1, whereas if it is in the right segment, you have to substitute H as H2 and L as 2L2. Okay, so if you remember these important formula, you can analyze a 3-hinged parabolic arch which supports at different level. Next we will take up a numerical problem on this case. The problem is a 3-hinged parabolic arch having supports at different levels is of span 60 meter. Its abutments A and B are at depths of 15 meter and 30 meter from crown. The arch carries UDL of 20 kN per meter over the portion AC and a point load of 100 kN at a point 10 meter from B. Find the reactions at the supports, normal thrust and radial shear at 15 meter from A, and also draw the bending moment diagram. This is the given problem. Okay, let us draw the figure of the given problem. Okay, so ABC is a 3-hinged parabolic arch having its supports at different levels is of span 60 meter. So this span is 60 meter. Okay, its abutments A and B are at depths 15 meter and 30 meter from crown C. So from C, A is at a distance of 15 meter and B is at a distance of 30 meter. So that is A is at a distance of 15 meter from C and B is at a distance of 30 meter from C. Okay. The arch carries UDL of 20 kN meter over the portion AC. It carries a UDL of 20 kN per meter over its portion AC. Okay, so in the last problem we have taken a partial UDL, whereas here it is acting for the left portion. Okay, and a point load of 100 kilonewton at a point 10 meter from B. Okay, so this, let us take this point as D, which is at 10 meter from end B, where a 100 kilonewton point load is acting. Okay, so this is the given problem for which we have to find reactions, normal thrust and radial shear at 15 meter from end A, and we have to draw the bending moment diagram. So let us, before we start the reactions or calculation of reactions, we have to find the lengths of the segments AC and BC. So that is L1 and L2. Let L1 be the distance of C from end A and L2 be the distance of C from L2, sorry, C from B2. So to find L1 and L2, so we have to use this equation. L1 by root H1 is equal to L2 by root H2, that is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by root of H1 plus root H2. Let us substitute the values of L1 and L2 are unknown. We can substitute H1, H2 as well as L1 plus L2, that is nothing but the total span of the arch. So let us substitute it. Therefore L1 by root 15, that is equal to L2 by root 30, that is equal to 60. L1 plus L2 is 60. 60 divided by root 15 plus root 30. So by equating two terms at once, we can calculate L1 and L2. So by equating the first term and the last term, L1 by root 15 is equal to 60 divided by root 15 plus root 30. That gives a value of L1 as 24.85 meter. Either we can use this equation, that is L is equal to L1 plus L2 to find the value of L2, or we can equate the second and the third term in this equation. Okay, so let us use this one. So 60 is equal to L1 is 24.85 plus L2, therefore L2 is equal to 35.15 meter, or we can also find the value of L2 using L2 by root 30, that is equal to 60 divided by root 15 plus root 30, from which we will obtain the same value of L2 as 35.15 meter. So that is about the calculation of L1 and L2. So next we'll calculate the reactive components. So second step is to find the reactions. Let us assume the reactive components HA, VA and HB, VB as shown in the figure. So now this L1 is 24.85 meter and L2 is 35.15 meter. So now we can calculate the reactions by applying the three equilibrium conditions. So first condition is sigma Fx equals 0, which gives HA is equal to HB. Next, let us apply sigma Fy equals 0. So that gives VA plus VB minus 20 into the length over which it is acting is 24.85. Okay, minus this 100 kilonewton. Okay, so equate it to 0. Therefore VA plus VB is equal to 597 kilonewton. Take this as equation 2. Next, we will apply sigma MA is equal to 0. So it will be minus VB. This is inducing anti-clockwise moment about A. Therefore minus VB into 60, and then plus HB. HB is inducing clockwise moment. So HB into 15. Why it is 15 means the distance of end A is 15 meter from C, and distance of end B is at 30 meter from the crown C. H1 is 15 and H2 is 30 meter. Therefore H2 minus H1 will be 15 meters. 30 minus 15 is 15. Therefore HB into 15. Next, this 20 kilonewton per meter. So it is also inducing clockwise moment about A. Therefore 20 into 24.85 into 24.85 by 2, and then plus again this force, moment of this force in the clockwise direction. Therefore 100 into the total span is 60 meter, from which point D as it is at a distance of 10 meter from end B. Therefore 60 minus 10. So if you simplify this, you will be getting 60 VB minus 15 HB is equal to 11,175.22 kilonewton. Take this as equation 3. Next, we have to have the another condition, that is bending moment at C is equal to 0. So as equation 3 is in terms of VB and HB, therefore to have the equation in terms of VB and HB, we will consider the right part in this case. So let us consider the right part of the problem as shown in the figure. So now we apply bending moment at C with the right part and equate it to 0. So which gives VB into this distance is 35.15 minus HB into this 30, H2 is 30, and then 100 into 35.15, this total length is 35.15 minus 10. Okay, so that is the distance between C to D. Okay, so if you simplify this, you will be having 35.15 VB minus 30 HB, that is equal to 2515 kilo Newton. Take it as equation 4. So we have two simultaneous equations and two unknowns. We can solve the equations 3 and 4. So by solving equations 3 and 4, we will obtain the value of VB as 233.77 kilonewton and HB as 190.06 kilonewton. So after obtaining VB and HB, we can calculate HA and VA. So from equation 1, we have HA as 190.06 as HA is equal to HB. So therefore that is also equal to 190.06. And from equation 2, we have VA plus VB is equal to 597. So if you substitute the value of VB as 233.77, you will get VA as 363.23 kilonewton. So that is the calculation of reactive components. So now the net reactions is calculated by using RA is equal to root of VA square plus HA square. So that gives a value of 409.95 kilonewton, and alpha A, that is angle made by RA with respect to horizontal, is given by tan inverse of VA by HA. Therefore that gives an angle of 62.38. Next, RB is equal to root of VB square plus HB square. So that will be equal to 301.28 kilonewton, and alpha B is equal to tan inverse of VB by HB, that is equal to 233.77 divided by 190.06, which gives an angle of 50.88 degrees. Okay, so that is the first part of finding the reactions. Okay, so let's move to the second part, that is to find normal thrust and radial shear at 15 meter from end A. Okay, so let us consider a section of at 15 meter from end A as shown in the figure. So let yx be the ordinate at this point. Okay, so now we will calculate the net horizontal force, that is equal to H equals HA. So that will be 190.06, and then net vertical force is equal to VA minus 20 into 15, because the section we have considered is at a distance of 15 meter, whereas the whole length of AC member is 24.85 meter. Therefore UDL will be acting for total 15 meter, therefore 20 into 15. Substitute it, 363.23 minus 300, that gives a net vertical force of 63.23 kilonewton. So now to find the angle theta, we have yx is equal to 4hx by L square, where h in AC segment we have to substitute h as h1 and L as 2L1. So we have substituted equation here. Let us substitute the values here. 4 into h1 is 15 meter, x1 is x, and then 2 into L1 is 24.85 minus x divided by 2 into 24.85 whole square. So if you simplify this, you will get yx as 1.2x minus 0.024 x square. So let us substitute the value of before that we have to differentiate to find the angle theta. We have to differentiate this equation with respect to x. So therefore dy by dx is equal to 1.2, differentiation of 1.2x is 1.2 minus 0.024 x square, differentiation is 2x. So Let us substitute the value of x here. So at x is equal to 15 meter, dy by dx will be equal to 0.48. So, but we know that dy by dx is nothing but the slope, that is equal to tan theta, from which we obtain an angle of theta as 25.64 degrees. So the angle is 25.64 degrees. So now we can substitute the values of h, v and theta into normal thrust and radial shear equations. So normal thrust is h cos theta plus v sin theta. So let us substitute the values as 190.06 cos 25.64 plus 63.23 into sin 25.64. So which gives a normal thrust of 198.7 kilonewton. And we have the radial shear equation as v cos theta minus h sin theta. So that gives 63.23 cos 25.64 minus 190.06 sin 25.64. So that gives a radial shear of minus 25.23 kilonewton. So that is the second part of this problem, that is to find normal thrust and radial shear at 15 meter from end A. Now we will move to the third part, that is to draw the bending moment diagram. To draw the bending moment diagram, we must know the bending moment at different salient points. So we know that bending moment at ABC are 0, but under the load we will obtain the maximum positive bending moment. Therefore, let us consider any section XX at a distance x from the left end as shown in the figure. So let yx be the ordinate of the arch from end A. Okay. Now we will write the bending moment equation, which is equal to VA into x. VA is inducing sagging bending moment, therefore VA into x minus HA into yx, and then minus 20 into x by 2. Okay. So substitute and simplify. If you substitute the values of VA and simplify, it will be 263.23x minus 190.06 yx minus 10x square. We can take it as equation 6. So in the previous calculations we have obtained yx as, from equation 5 we have obtained yx as 1.2x minus 0.024 x square. So therefore at x is let us substitute this yx into the above equation, that is equation 6. So bending moment at x will be 363.23x minus 190.06 into yx is 1.2x minus 0.024 x square minus 10x square. So if we simplify it, we will get the bending moment equation as 135.16x minus 5.44 x square. So to obtain its position, that is the position of maximum positive bending moment, let us differentiate this bending moment equation with respect to x and equate it to 0. So dmx by dx equals 0, which implies differentiation of this 135.16x is 135.16 minus 5.44 into differentiation of x square is 2x. So from which we will obtain the value of x as 12.42 meters. So the maximum positive bending moment occurs at 12.42 meter from end A. Okay, so this distance is 12.42. So the magnitude is obtained by substituting the value of x into equation 7. So therefore the equation is 135.16 into 12.42 minus 5.44 into 12.42 whole square. Therefore bending moment at x, that is the maximum positive bending moment, is equal to 839.53 kilonewton meter. 839.53 kilonewton meter. Next we will find bending moment under the load, that is bending moment at D. Let us draw the arch up to point D. Okay. So let YD be the ordinate at D. So this distance is 10 meter. Okay. Now we will write the equation for bending moment at D, that is equal to VB into 10 minus HB into YD. So VB is inducing sagging, and HB is inducing hogging, bending moment about D. Okay, so let us substitute the values here. 233.77 into 10 minus 190.06 into YD. So if we simplify it, 2337.7 minus 190.06 YD, take it as equation 8. So we know that ordinate in the right segment is given by 4hx by L square into L minus x, where h is equal to h2 and L is equal to 2L2. We have to substitute those values here. So let us substitute them. At x is equal to 10 meter, we have to find YD. So YD will be equal to 4 into h2 is 30 meter. Okay, h2, that is the rise of the arch from B to C. Okay, so that is 30 meter, and x is 10 meter. Okay, x2 is 10 meter. 2 into L2 is 35.15 minus x2 is again 10 meter, divided by 2 into 35.15 whole square. So if you simplify this, you will get YD as 14.64 meter. Okay, so one thing you have to keep it in mind, that the crown rise is the highest value. Okay, if you have calculated the ordinates at any other points on the rib of the arch, it will be definitely less than the rise of the arch. Okay, if you are obtaining a value beyond the rise of the arch, then you have to recheck your calculations. Okay, so in this case we have obtained YD as 14.64 meter. So let us substitute the value of YD into equation 8 so that we can calculate bending moment at D. So that will be equal to 2337.7 minus 190.06 into 14.64, which gives a bending moment of minus 444.77 kilonewton meter. This is the bending moment at D. Okay, so now we have obtained bending moment at the prominent points. Now we can draw the bending moment diagram. So we have bending moment at A, B, C as 0. So maximum positive bending moment is 839.53 kilonewton meter, and bending moment at D is minus 444.77 kilonewton meter. So using these values, we will draw the bending moment diagram. To draw the bending moment diagram, write the arch, given arch without the supports and the given loading, okay, as the basic baseline. Okay, so bending moment at A, B, C, E are 0. Next, maximum positive bending moment is 839.53 kilonewton meter, which acts at a distance of 12.42 meter from end A. Okay, so let us mark that point at 12.42 meter from end A. So this ordinate is 839.53 kilonewton meter. Okay, so because this is positive, we have to draw it above the baseline. Okay, next, bending moment at D. Okay, so D is at 10 meter from the right end. So let us mark that point. So D is 10 meter from the right end. Okay, this point is D, which is at 10 meter from the right end, and the bending moment at D is minus 444.77 kilonewton meter. So minus, therefore we have to draw it below the baseline for 444.77 kilonewton meter. So now we have marked the points. Now we have to join the variation of bending moment. So AC carries UDL, AC portion is subjected to UDL. Therefore the variation of bending moment in AC portion will be parabolic. So we have to join this variation with parabola, whereas BC part is subjected to a point load. Therefore the variation will be linear. So from A to C we have joined with parabolic variation. Now we will join from C to D with a straight line, and then from D to B. Okay, so this is the variation of bending moment. So the part above the baseline is positive and this part below the baseline is negative. Okay, so this is the bending moment diagram. So you have to mention the variation as well, because we have two types of variations. One is parabolic variation in AC portion and linear variation in BC portion. So that is a bending moment diagram. So that completes the calculation or analysis of 3-hinged parabolic arch which supports at different level. Okay, and in this session we have discussed the calculation of normal thrust, radial shear, how to draw the bending moment diagram for supports with at different level, and also one thing you have to keep it in mind that to find the lengths, that is L1 and L2. L1 by root H1 is equal to L2 by root H2, that is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by root of H1 plus root of H2. That you have to keep it in mind. And for the left part we have to substitute the value of H as H1 and L as 2L1 while finding the ordinates, whereas in the right part we have to substitute H as H2 and L as 2L2 to find the ordinates in the right part. Okay, so that is about the arches. So this completes the arches. We have discussed circular arches, 3-hinged circular arches, both segmental as well as semicircular, with its supports at same as well as at different levels. And now we have discussed parabolic arches with supports at same and different levels. So that completes the syllabus of arches. In the next sessions we will take up cables. Thank you.